Well, it seems American authorities don't have the same issue with kicking people out of their country. Aussie Nicole Sarukas says immigration officers put her through hell before deporting her. The reasons why did seem a bit strange, but today Homeland Security is doubling down, sparking quite the online battle.
I was subjected to a cavity search and a strip search.
I'm really angry.
Something needs to be done about it.
Paradise in the Pacific, the beautiful beaches, the landscapes and the glitzy shopping strips. Hawaii draws in millions of international tourists every year. Last month, Nicole Sarukas was one of them, taking her mum Sally on a trip to spend time with Nicole's new husband, Matthew, a US Army lieutenant based in Honolulu.
She bought me the tickets for Mother's Day. It was her birthday as well, so she wanted me along there as well to celebrate.
Nicole recently turned 25. She's a former New South Wales police officer. She's also a newlywed after a whirlwind romance with Matthew.
It was just a routine trip. I was only going for 3.5 weeks.
It wasn't long after the mother and daughter arrived at Honolulu International Airport, things got tense during a conversation with a border protection officer.
And then probably about 5 minutes into speaking with us, his attitude completely changed. He started yelling at the top of his lungs and he told my mum to go to the back of the line. I had my phone taken off me. I was told that they were going to search my phone.
They were taken into a private room for hours of interrogation, bag searches, questions and confusion. Nicole's mum, Sally, was eventually free to go.
What were they suspicious of, do you think?
The questions were aimed towards my source of income, why I was travelling to Hawaii. I felt as though they were basing it off what I brought to Hawaii in my suitcase. I felt as though they thought that maybe I was going to overstay my visa.
And what did they say about your suitcase?
They said that I overpacked. I brought too much clothes for a 3.5 week holiday. I didn't really have a reason for overpacking other than just stating that I'm a girl and I pack a lot of clothes.
Nicole had a medium-sized suitcase and her carry-on.
But this doesn't look like overpacking for 3.5 weeks to me.
From my experience with travelling, I've always actually taken more.
Back at Honolulu Airport, things were about to escalate. Nicole was denied entry into the United States. She was told she would be detained and deported.
He said, so you'll be spending a night in prison.
And they said the word prison.
Yes, he made sure he emphasised the word prison. I was scared. I've never stepped foot into a prison before. I don't have a criminal record. I've never been charged. So my first thought was, what is happening to me? Am I going to jail? Have I done something wrong? I was subjected to being handcuffed and cavity searched in the hallway at the airport. And then once we arrived at the jail, I was subjected again to another cavity search and a strip search. I was processed like an inmate, so fingerprinted, and then I was given prison clothes to wear for my overnight stay there.
Nicole wasn't allowed a phone call or given any food. Her mum, waiting at the airport, had no idea where she was.
I was just beside myself. I panicked. I'm angry at the fact that her rights were taken away from her. She wasn't dealt with humanely. She wasn't given food. She wasn't given protection.
Nicole had her Australian passport, a return ticket, a permit called an ESTA to enter the country, even documentation granting her spousal access to US military bases. But that wasn't enough. Then came a comment from the prison guard processing her.
He asked me why I was there and who my husband is and what I do for work. And he stated that I should not be here. And then he followed through to say, you can thank Donald Trump for that.
In January, the US president signed a pile of executive orders
This next executive order is about protecting America from foreign terrorists and other national security and public safety threats,
which ensures people entering into the United States are vetted and screened to the maximum degree possible. It's seeing more travellers questioned and detained. In an extraordinary public hitback, the US Department of Homeland Security issued an online fact check saying it determined Nicole was travelling for more than tourism because she was unable to remember her wedding date just 4 months prior, and she got married after only knowing her husband for just over a month. It also claimed Customs and Border Protection found unusual activity on her phone, including 1,000 deleted text messages from her husband, all of which Nicole says does not justify how she was treated.
They've given me a document which is my statement, which states completely otherwise. So I am failing to understand why Homeland Security are fabricating information, leaving it open to interpretation, but not having any gravity to what they're saying. They don't have any follow-up evidence.
And what is this?
Nicole signed a document declaring she wasn't a supporter of a list of international cartels recently designated as terrorist organisations.
So they thought you were in a cartel or supporting a cartel?
I would assume so if you're giving somebody a document like this.
Yeah.
Nicole says she joined the New South Wales Police Force because she wanted to help people and give back.
I think it's disgusting because that was not how I treated people in uniform. And just to see these people abusing power and abusing their authority, something needs to be done about it.
Well, it's scary, isn't it, to think this can happen flying into a country like the US.